Amber, what's this video about, huh? What's this one about? Look, look. Tell 'em. This is welcome to episode 15, I think it is. This is the beginning of the D21 suspension. Can you put D21 upper control arm, lower control arm, knuckles, spindles, V6 calipers, brakes? Don't worry about those things up there. Does it work? We don't know. Not done. But this is the beginning of the D21 ball joint conversion, V6 conversion. Why are you looking at those brakes? So enjoy part one of the D21 suspension, front suspension. All right, so here's my latest parts run. Finally, I got some disc brakes and hubs for the front. This is the first time I've ever bought a knee. Bought a knee assembly, which basically comes with the whole front end minus the calipers, but I got paid extra for the calipers. Upper control arm, lower control arm, shock, sway bar mount, knuckle, steering arm, hub, caliper, rotor. I did have to pay extra for the caliper. So I guess it comes with the rotor. I don't think it normally comes with the rotor. And on this side, I'm missing the lower control arm, so they gave me a discount. But I got the tension rods. Man, these things seem massive. I don't remember them being this big. Now this was a V6 truck, so I got the bigger calipers. And I think also the rotors are bigger. Just like the four-wheel drives. So just like my last 95 V6 two-wheel drive I had. Exact same stuff. So they didn't have the bolts for one side. So now I gotta find a bunch of bolts. I've had a ton of these. I don't know if I threw them all away. I think I need a longer one because the 6 to 521 bolt is too short. I don't need the torsion bar bolt. That's probably the upper control arm bolt. That's probably the tension rod bolt. What would that be? I don't know what that is. No idea. And yeah, so it's kind of funny. Look, I got one lug nut. They gave me a knee assembly and all the bolts. One lug nut. There should be 12, but I don't know. Don't need lug nuts. I just bought tons of new ones. Got the nut for that one. Do I have the nut on the other one? Okay, good, I do. Got all these big chunks of steel. I don't remember these things being so massive. What the hell is this for? Oh, I think that went to the lower control arm. Yeah, like this. What is this bolt for? Caliper or something? I don't know. Anyways, I got some cleaning to do. I got an idea for these control arms. I think I'm going to lengthen these and put them on. Just need to buy one more of those. This poor truck. I think this shock is no good. Still got the Nissan logo. So it's either been serviced. It actually says Nissan on it. This is what I like to see. Original 1995. Still got the original shocks. This would be good. Well, this one I think is still maybe usable as for mock-up. I'm just curious on what the length is from these compared to the other ones, but obviously I don't need them. I've already got new shocks on the 521 that actually I don't plan on using either one of them eventually. I'm going to do coilovers, but it's good to have just for measuring. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do one side of the truck D21, one side of the truck 521. Just to test out my steering and geometry and that kind of stuff. Just to see what it takes. It'd be interesting to see what it takes because these V6 rotors came on the, pretty sure all the V6 truck came with 15-inch wheels back in the 90s. And all the two-wheel drive strippy trucks came with 14-inch wheels. So these technically won't fit underneath my 14-inch wheels. But I wonder if they will with a small spacer, like a 1-inch spacer or something. And be interesting to see what it takes to get these to clear. Okay, I'm trying to measure the knuckle. I'm gonna measure this from about there. Oh geez, looks like it's about 5 1/4. It's kind of hard to measure this. About 5 1/4 on the center of the spindle. to the thing. D21. Oh my god, it's about the same. That's amazing. I was hoping that number would be shorter here. I was assuming it would be shorter just because of the fact that this has power steering. Well, actually, the early hard bodies, yeah, they had manual steering as well. No, well, never mind. That was a bad assumption. Yeah, because these had manual steering as well. So I think the knuckle's the same for power and manual steering. Anyways, this distance needs to be shorter for my Miata rack to give me the full throw. It doesn't look like it is. I know people have cut these and shortened them or something for drifting, but oh well. I was hoping that would be a little bit different. We'll double check, make sure I'm measuring that right, but it looks like it's exactly the same, which is surprising. So today I blew apart the D21 suspension. Took it all apart. Took the calipers off. Trying to clean them. One's in the shed. It's kind of seized. I don't know if it's fixable or not. But these things look like the original bearings. So I got all the calipers off. So the last thing to do, I think I'm going to, I usually throw away these shields, but I think I'm going to take these shields off and then cut them all the way down. Paint these and then put these back on. But it'll look good. It's coming together. Been degreasing and de-rusting. Tried out some de-rusting stuff on this one. It's pretty nasty. You need to use an impact screwdriver to remove these small screws, otherwise you'll damage the Phillips head. I don't know why they're Phillips head. Bad idea. Just gonna strip out. So these impact screwdrivers are priceless. Whenever you want to remove bolts, they should have heads. There we go. Now the bolt is probably better than it was. Zero damage. Use the right size. Number 3. Let's see if I can get one that's not been whacked. Oh my gosh. I whacked that one already? Let's see. And I haven't put any. Oh, well actually, these actually came out without damage. So these are good bolts. Heat shield removed. I think that's faster than trying to use a cutoff wheel. I can cut that down. And now I got the infamous ball joint spindle. The only exception is got an ugly ball joint that I'm going to keep for mock-up, and the steering arm, which I need for mock-up. Alright, here's a little before and after of control arms. Completely different widths. Also, the wheels, the farthest point of the tire is 2 1/4 inches in. The tread is over 3 inches in. I know there's no weight on the front, so it might come out a little bit if it was lower, since there's no engine in there. On the back, full tire is a good, is that about 1 inch in? Yeah, well actually less than 1 inch. It's only 3/4 in, 3/4 of an inch exactly. 3/4 of an inch in. So I guess I should take the torsion bar off and let it drop down. Alright, the first step to put on the lower control arms from D21. Take out the 2 19mm. There's a lock nut, a regular nut. Take off the torsion bars. No special tools required, just like normal torsion bars. Let's take them off. Super easy. Now we'll take off the wheels. Okay, that is no suspension. Bottomed out. Not too bad. That is basically no torsion bars. Sitting on the bump stops. And it looks like it's just a little bit of negative uphill lower control arm action. So that's definitely lowered. It's not too bad. I kind of like the little bit of tuck. Now I'm regretting my battery box location. That looks pretty good. Maybe I could raise the back to match the front. I still have a little bit of up travel, I think. Oh man, my battery box is right there. Oh, it's like probably hit when I turn. If I want too much more. Wow, my camber says 0 degrees. According to my hubcap. We're at 0 camber, fully bottomed out. Make a note of that. This is interesting. So it's about 2 1/4 in on the front. In the back, it's about 1 inch. So it only needs to come out 1 1/4 inches on the front. I think that's what I read, that these are longer. So I won't have to lengthen the lower control arm. 1 1/4 inches sounds perfection. Let's give it a shot. Alright, so step 1, take out the torsion bars. That was easy. Step 2, jack it up, take out the wheel. I think step 3 would be remove the upper control arm and the spindle. And then the lower control arm, I'm guessing. Maybe the shock. So that should be pretty easy. Yeah, so let's take off the, I don't want to take these apart. I could just take out the 2 top bolts and the 1 bottom bolt and this bar. But I think I'll take it apart in pieces. Easier to do it now than later. Alright, so let's take out the top upper control arm. So you can see that's kind of working. A couple of $19mm. That was pretty easy. It's a nice bolt. Save that, and I'll take out the top ones. I got the sway bar. It's actually loose because I just put it back on not too long ago. Sway bar is off. Oh, jeez, that scared me. Ah, you can see. I remember changing this bush on my old 620. Yeah, a little loose. I think you could adjust them though. A little worn out. See if I can get off that shock absorber. I think that needs to go. Just empty, I think. Okay, that's alright, so I'm going to take out the upper control arm. Is that not very tight? That's kind of sketchy. A million washers are down there. That seems a little looser than I expected. I may leave these bolts here because I need them. Playtime. What size was that socket? That was a 5/8 socket. I forget what size those bolts are. So now that's off. I don't think I've ever in my life taken one of those off. I had a 620 for 5 years. It's one of the few things I didn't take off that truck. Let's see if you can watch me. We gotta get that torsion bar out right there. Oh, back down here. Should have raised the chuck up. Oh, That was easy. I had those C's on there before. Gotta beat that thing through with something. Ain't the right thing. Like a punch or something. Little bolt. See a thing. She gone. I think it's moving. Alright. Oh, I think I just got my extension stuck in there. Half-inch extension for the win. Well, now I can take out my no control arm lift. Turn off on me. Star bolt is out. Hey! There's a little baby bolt. This thing should be off. Why won't the control arm come off now? She's off. I don't think I've ever taken one of these off before. I just gotta figure out how to get this apart. See if I could sell this to somebody. I don't know. I kind of like this technology, but oh my god, that's heavy. Drum brakes. Okay. Alright, here's the deal. So here's a 521 and older, probably a 620 bolt. This is a 720 bushing, D21. So D21 bushing is longer and wider. 720 is long and skinny. 520 is short and skinny. So in theory, the 720 bushing fits into the D21 with the D21 bolt, and then this fits into the frame. And those are fun to replace. I just did some on another 95 Hardbody a couple years ago, so I'm not doing that right now. But for mock-up, we can see what this looks like. Oh, I've got to hit record. That was super easy. Just push that bolt right in. So I don't know if you can see. There's a D21, and it's flippy floppy. Because like I said, I don't have the right bushing in there yet. Well, there's bottomed out. There's probably stock height. That looks nice and level. So that's the easy part. Shock goes in. Sway bar. Nowhere near in the right place, I can see. That's no problem. May use the D21, who knows? Don't have one. Probably just take that off for now. I think the obvious thing is these need to go. You need to get the upper control arm in. Alright, so here's a quick mock-up. I just went ahead and threw on the knuckle and the tie rod. And it's looking pretty good. I was going to put the spindle on and put the wheel back on, but yeah, now the tricky bit is the upper control arm. I think I'm going to have to cut off both of these and try to figure out how to connect this to that. Actually, I think I can do some rough math. Okay, so if I put the spindle, D21 spindle, D21 low control arm, the A-arm is at stock right height. I'm trying to set the camber, get the camber to 0 at right height. Okay, there we go, 0. Got it on the back plate there. Now I found that if I measure the center of this ball joint to the D21 side of the frame like it is stock, now it's around 7 inches. And if you look at the A-arm, the same mounting surface, it's around 7, 7.25, 7, like lower to the back side. But on the, I've seen people mount them this way. Mount like a 521 mounts on the inside. That's less than 7 inches. So I think that's why people shorten the upper control arms. I didn't modify the lower control arm at all. It's all stock. So, back over here. So if I cut this out, I wonder if I should cut that out, give it some clearance, obviously cut the fenders. and bolt the control arm on this side of that bracket. Obviously, I'm going to have to enlarge this hole for the bigger bolt and retap it. This hole is useless, and if I put the other hole over here, that should give me the right caster. I've also got, the camber caster. Yeah, right now it's like at 5 degrees. So that's good. So I think the next step, regardless of where I mount the air control arm, whether I mount it upside down or inside out, I think I'm going to use this front hole. So I think I need to trim the fender wells, unfortunately. My beautiful stock fender wells. But I could try it on the inside, but I think on the inside it's going to be not ideal. Yeah, so I think I want to put it, I need a Sharpie. Okay, I removed the little steel. Let's see if it'll fit now. There it goes, first test. The right side on the right side. I may try the left side on the right side. I should do it from the top. I want to go in there. I got to do a lot of cutting to get that to work. Let's try from the engine side. Strut right off, whatever you call it. Crossbar. I don't want to do that. I thought I had this. Oh, there we go. I'm an idiot. Okay. Put the bolt in. The old bolt. The wrong side of the bolt. There we go. Ratchet. This is so exciting. Here it goes. Oh no, it doesn't fit. Where did it hit? Oh, stupid bump stop. It's close though. That's the right height. Obviously needs to go down more. So obviously I need to clearance that. I don't need that bump stop anyways. Ugh. Ruins the fun. Okay, screw that. We're gonna go up instead of down. We'll come back to that problem. We got no time for problems. Only time for solutions. One bolt. 2 bolts. I'm dying to see what this looks like. Looks like a Hardbody to me. Wow. Wow. You see that? She's on. So obviously got a little Bluetooth hole or whatever there. So if I added a tab for that, well, this worked. Man, that looks pretty damn good actually. I think I got a little too much camber. Let's see what my camber is here. Stupid glasses. Where's the bubble? Oh, there's actually a level on there too. I didn't even notice that. So close to bump stop. So that's actually probably, what do you call that? That's probably, that's like about right height, maybe a little bit. Maybe what do you call it? Low. Got a little bit of camber, which is what everybody wants these days. What's my caster looks like? Wow, it's about 7. That's pretty damn good. Wow, that was easy. That was a little too easy. Why was that too easy? That was a little too easy. So if I want to get, so in order to get the camber out, I'd have to come this way, like I thought. This thing needs to be on the other side. And I don't really want to do that because I'd have to cut out this plate and can you see what I'm talking about? So it really wants to be on this side of the crossbar like it is on a D21. I have to cut all this stuff out and I'd have to try to figure out a way to restructure this thing or re-strengthen it. Doesn't seem to be a lot of space either though. So what can we do to make this work? So obviously I've got too much camber. So that's just not going to work without lengthening the arm. So one option would be boop, boop, cut the arm, pull it away, get my camber back, get my shock clearance back. I'd like to put a coilover in here one day. The other option is put the crossbar on the outside of the frame like it is on the D21. I have a funny feeling that would actually work with all the stock stuff. That would be kind of cool. I think I have to do that just to try it, even though. So there you go. Stock upper control arm, stock upper lower control arm, D21, all stock G6 rotors, and the calipers aren't on. So one problem I noticed is the lug nuts don't fit. I mean the wheel don't fit around here. Obviously you need to trim the rim or trim the rotor. I mean the hub. I think I saw something about that. But I'm actually surprised I got the wheel actually on. It's actually lowered. That's actually bottomed out. So I like it to be able to go a little lower, and I think it will. Something's up and away. So can I bottom out the truck? There's the light. Of course, it's over there. So that's bottomed out right there, which is probably not low enough. But actually, man, it seems like it sticks out so far, but yet it doesn't. So it does need a wheel spacer just to pull it out. And obviously the camber is way off, so I gotta fix the camber before I figure out wheel spacer dimensions. But a wheel spacer would fix the hub clearance issue without having to modify rims and hubs. I'd rather put a spacer on there. So a 1-inch spacer. I need to get the camber correct. Man, this is looking way better than I thought. So I could either pull on the bottom lower control arm, fix the camber, or lengthen the upper control arm, fix the camber. What to do? Something needs to be changed. Or I could flip-flop that upper control arm on the outside of the frame. I have a funny feeling that's where it wants to be. I can still run a wheel spacer to fix the wheel issue and clearance the calipers. And then it would be hard to reinforce that upper control arm mount. But it's kind of leaning that way. I'm leaning that way. I don't know. Should turn the steering wheel. Doesn't matter. You know what we got like this? Let's lower this thing down. Let's get all the blocks out. Since we got it on the ground anyways. Let's see if I put this on the leaf. Oh, is this actually metal? I thought this thing was aluminum. That's weird, the old one was aluminum. So let's drop the suspension. Oh man, there's so much crap in here. On the work in 10 minutes. That's lowering it down. It's definitely got even more camber. I'll lift the two-wheel drive trucks. That's definitely got a lot of camber. So that's drooped. But remember, the upper control arm hits. Man. Oh, I did a minute ago, I think. Man, that looks pretty damn good. I'm liking this. I have no idea where to go from here. Just need to fix the camber issue. Too much camber. But man, a stock truck actually looks pretty damn good if I just fix the camber. I like the tuck though. I don't know. I kind of like that height right there. Just like a 1-inch around, kind of like their motto was, you know, just like 1 inch around the rim. I mean, between the tire and the body. Just look perfect.